Welcome to T21Mom.
Hi, friends. It's your friend Mary, and welcome back to the T21Mom podcast. And this is episode 154, our annual Christmas episode. And I have a returning guest.
Hey, Mary.
Well, hey, Ron. Welcome back.
How are you?
I'm good. And we're using probably my dollar store bells.
Yeah, mine have had an accident. They don't quite work. I need new, forgive the terminology, I need new bells.
New bells, maybe under the Christmas tree this year.
Yeah. So it's been a while. I haven't seen you since, well, I picked up my cookies, but we didn't really have a chat until like you were leaving for the Rockin' Moms retreat.
Yeah, which was at the end of September. So
yeah,
like Christmas is not that far away, just over a week away, and
I'm
the countdown
behind.
is on. Yeah, I am too.
It's hard to imagine an old guy being behind on Christmas who has nothing else really to do, right? Or people assume you have really nothing to do. But anyway. So
But are you behind on your Advent cookie box?
never. I may miss it. I may miss a day here and there, but I always catch up.
So are you a daily consumption of the cookie or
Yep.
like, okay.
Yeah. I try to, in the afternoon when I have tea or hot chocolate, I have my cookie. But some days I forget because I'm either out or doing something. So the next day I will have 2 cookies.
Okay.
And I do, like you suggested, I have like the cookies are in the fridge and I take them out, 3-4 days at a time. So
Awesome. Because you're not like maybe 80% who have devoured it by December 3rd or 5th.
that's dishonest. Come on. I mean, like this whole thing is about discipline, right? Self-discipline.
Well, I had one fellow, he emailed me and asked if he could get a box because usually his sister has been getting him a box, but he told her no because I have no self-control, but I'll get 2 boxes for my friends. And I thought, okay, that's awesome. And Mercy, who's Ainsley's BI, her behavioral interventionist, and we love her. She's awesome. She gets a box every year, but her kids eat them like, I think by December 3rd or 5th. And so her box is still in my freezer because she wants to get it December 21st.
The thing with stuff like that is keep it in the freezer because then they're too hard to eat. Right.
Oh,
So
yeah. Some of them are still pretty good frozen though. So
I did like the toffee bar. The toffee bars are one of my favorite.
yeah, that's a great one. I love that one. And most people do too.
But I mean, like the monster cookie, like all of those are like it's like the stuff that you take to the farmer's market in May or June, whenever you do that.
Mhm.
It's like those are my favorites.
Awesome.
And of course, the chocolate chip.
Yes. I didn't have a chocolate chip cookie specifically in the box this year. A few people who got,
I have noticed.
yes, I did do it one year because you know what happened that year? We were putting the boxes together and I go, I'm missing December 21st. So we're packing the boxes and then I had to make cookies and the only thing I could make at that time was chocolate chip. I don't think anyone was complaining, but
Especially Dennis.
no, not at all. Yeah. But I thought, oh, I can't let that happen again because I don't think I have it in me to bake a cookie while we're packing.
Do you make
the
a list and
boxes.
check it twice?
I was checking it more than twice, to be honest, to make sure and double counting. Yeah. Because I ended up doing 76 boxes.
That's like normally you only do 50, 51, 52, right? So
No.
this is like a 50% increase?
It's gone up every year. Last year I did 72. And my goal this year was 75. But when I started, I go, the uptick is a bit slow. I think maybe I aimed too high. So we'll just go for 65. And then, of course, there's people like it's every year last minute. Like
Yeah.
I gave several boxes. I said, they're not, there's going to be some repeats in there. And they were okay with that. So
I mean, I know that a couple of my neighbors actually, they jumped right in, like
yes.
right at the beginning. So
Yeah. Which was great.
yeah.
Word of mouth goes fast. So awesome.
Well, I mean, people love cookies.
I know, right? Especially in
So,
this house.
well, and if you've got kids, how do you split them up? But like somebody gets like December 3rd and the other kid gets December 4th and the other kid gets December 5th. And like, how do you trade that off in, a multi-kid household?
Oh, well, a lot of people told me they'll split the cookie, like
Really?
split in half or
Yeah.
yeah. And I know a coworker, she got one for each of her kids. So
That's
yeah.
that's yeah. That's and when you think about it, that's quite a layout for somebody like two boxes, like you got two kids or three kids. It's quite a
Hmm.
layout for that,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, not that you're complaining because, it gets you where you need to be, but
Yeah. No, it was a lot of work, a lot of work. And I love doing it, but it does take a lot out of me to get
well, I
them
can
done.
imagine the power costs of constantly the oven must be on all the time in November.
Yes, we do notice a definite increase. Dennis always mentions it for sure. I go, well, that's from the oven being on. It's with all the cookies. So,
Yep.
yeah.
So, and then you put up a thing the other day, on your multitude Facebook accounts,
Hmm.
of how, you had family members and friends over to do cookie decorating. How is that
Yes.
going?
This year was a little bit different because, my two older nieces, one's away and one had to work, and my younger nieces and nephews, they're just not interested anymore. And it really made me sad. And I thought, well, this is like our little tradition, but they're teenagers now and they want to hang out with their friends and not with their aunt to decorate cookies. And it really, yeah, it really made me,
Does it make you sad, or does it just make you disappointed, or does it like just make you feel down?
it made me sad just because, Ainsley, surprisingly, she was a bit more into it this year.
Loved a bit
And
about the headless gingerbread brand, the gingerbread man. That was
yeah,
fun.
yeah, so, she was willing to do it more this year with a little bit of help. I mean, she's more of a taste tester. So we have a couple headless gingerbread men and a couple reindeer that are missing ears. And she was really liking the icing. She was taking the spoon and just eating the icing. I didn't think she would really like the royal icing, but and it just kind of made me kind of pause for a minute about Christmas and when you have a kid with special needs and how that can look different, because honestly I don't think Ainsley could really care about Christmas. She's not really interested in opening presents and or a stocking, and I've had this cookie tradition for so long.
I
And
remember when I first met you, you were like doing this in, remember that basement suite you were living in,
mhm,
and you were doing it then, and that was, let's be honest, it was a good 25 years ago.
yeah, yeah, it was a long time ago. And it just it really made me melancholy. And then my friend Christine, her daughter Zara, we call her Z, uh, they've come every year. And Zara is 17, I think, so grade 11. And she said, it's not Christmas unless we come and decorate Christmas cookies with you. And oh my, that just made me like so happy to hear that. And she goes, yeah, I'll keep coming forever. And I go, okay, I'll keep making the cookies as long as you want to come. So, and we had it was a really fun afternoon. And my friend Sandra also came with her two daughters. Her older daughter, Kiara, she has Down syndrome and autism like Ainsley. And she was into decorating the cookies too. And, we had just a really nice afternoon. It was quite a change from the day before where I'd felt, I guess, disappointed and just sort of sad. But it turned around and it was, we had some wine and the kids got to decorate
Oh, well, that
cookies.
sparkles everything up.
Yeah. And, it was just a really great afternoon with friends, and I really enjoyed it.
Do like when you're talking to your rock and mom friends, did they have similar experiences to you with that, or is there a broader age range with their kids so they have a broader range of Christmas experience?
I didn't actually specifically ask them, but, I saw one, Ainsley did help a little bit with the tree this year. Like she put up a couple of ornaments. So each year it's a little bit more. And, I saw some video of some of the other kids of my HRMs, my Haunted Rockin' Moms, of, them decorating the Christmas tree and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, autism unfortunately just adds a whole other layer to things. And I think makes some of these things hard, you know?
So, even to steal a line from you, grief sneaks in even with sprinkles.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that, can you talk about that?
Yeah, because like just when my brother had sent me the message about, his kids, they were interested in cookie decorating was lessening was his actual words. And I, that's when it kind of hit me, like our Christmas isn't like crazy getting up early like I remember as a kid. And, it's a lot slower paced, which is okay, and we have like a nice breakfast and we just really slowly open gifts because that's what it is. And I guess part of me, I have to think about that is like you're kind of more in the moment instead of racing through it. And I would love if Ainsley showed some excitement towards it, but I don't know if that will ever happen. And, and it's at times like that when I find that grief just sort of sneaks in. And I know that Christmas is not always a wonderful time for everybody for various reasons. They're, parents have passed or, whatever's happened, right? Or maybe their health isn't great, or they have a child like mine who, you know, because I think a lot of the joy of Christmas is seeing it through a child's eyes, and the excitement and things like that. And I don't have that. But, when we did the cookie decorating, that's what fills my cup. Like, I just made 2,000 cookies, over 2,000 cookies for those cookie advent calendars. That's my jam.
For which I thank you personally.
Thank you. And it kind of sneaks in when you're not expecting it. But I've been aware that that can happen. Like, I'm cognizant of that.
So we had a conversation about, like, you thought maybe this tradition was ending. Do you think maybe it's just more morphing into something else?
I think so. And in the back of my mind for a couple of years now, so maybe I put it out there and maybe next year it'll happen, is I'd love to do something for our Down syndrome community where the kids come over and decorate cookies.
Like a community decorating thing.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. Be messy for sure, but who cares, And because I think
I've never known anybody to have a clean Christmas decorating.
yes, that's true. With sprinkles and icing everywhere. But you know what? And actually
As
on
long as
Saturday,
it's not glitter, man.
oh yeah, I know, right? But yeah, actually Saturday it wasn't too bad, I give them all, they get a pie plate, like a pie, one of those tinfoil pie trays. And so that kind of keeps everything in check. And it wasn't too bad. And, other than Ainsley wanting to eat all the icing, they all did really awesome. And it was just great to kind of be together for an afternoon. And it wasn't too chaotic because it was just a small group of us. But because my friend Jane came as well, and my friend Mel, and everyone got to decorate cookies. It was
And
awesome.
how did you feel when the afternoon was over?
Oh, my heart was just so filled. Yeah, totally.
How much filling was there?
It was overflowing.
So, yeah, you had wine. How many bottles of wine were spilt during the
Oh, we don't spill any wine. We
Oh,
drink
okay.
it.
Oh, okay.
I think we
Everything
went,
was accounted for.
yes, I think we went through 2 bottles.
So, Christmas traditions this year versus previous years, anything changing, anything being updated,
Yeah, we love to go see the lights, but it's kind of tricky with our weather here because,
especially this week?
you know, like it's raining a lot. And last year we went to the
Well, let's be
capital.
honest. I mean, Abbotsford is flooded. Chilliwack is on the way to being flooded. So
That's
it's like there is a lot of rain coming down. And normally by
that's
this time we've had at least one snowfall.
yeah, that's very true. Yeah, so it kind of makes it tricky to go out and do stuff. Last year we went to the Capilano Suspension Bridge, which we quite enjoyed, but the weather was not the best. It was a little bit rainy. I'd like to sneak that in again this year. And, there's this new thing called Martini Town out
Oh
in
yeah.
Langley.
Yeah.
And
That's where a lot of the Hallmark movies are shot. So
yeah,
Hallmark movie fans, if you're in Vancouver during Christmas, you head out to Martini Town and you'll see a lot of your favorite buildings.
all lit up.
If
And
if you're a Hallmark movie fan.
yeah, so you have to get a ticket, which is fine. And, I've seen lots of pictures and it looks really pretty.
Yeah.
So I'd really would love to do that. And I don't know if you have to walk it or if you can just drive it. Uh,
It's a movie set, so you have to walk it.
yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So we have to kind of try to
It's like
swing it.
walking the Universal backlot, and you
Okay,
don't take a bus,
all right. So we need a day that it's not pouring.
which is
And
not this week or into the middle of next week.
okay, so we'll see. And we could also do Trinity Street. We've kind of missed that the last year or so, but that one you can drive. So
Yep.
it's about 6 or 7 blocks where pretty much every single house is lit up. And I've talked about it before on our previous Christmas shows. And so we could always do that. And, we'll go see Santa for sure. And, but getting a decent picture of Ainsley has always been a real challenge. And so we just do our best.
And what about traditions that are changing this year?
Well, I don't know what's really changed, but it's just kind of different. Like, the family isn't doing the cookie decorating. And I mean, they're always welcome. And I know my older niece said, well, it is tradition, but she couldn't come this year. So, she might come in subsequent years. I don't know. And we always go to my friend Marcy's for Christmas Eve. So we go to church and, hopefully I'd love to go back to midnight mass. I don't think Ainsley's quite old enough for that yet. Maybe in a couple years because it's late and it's long,
Mhm.
but we'll see. Yeah.
It's and what about things like, oh, wait a minute, you went to the aquarium.
Oh yeah, I also want to do that. That's right, because it's inside, sort of. But they have what's called scuba claws there.
Yeah, I've seen it on TV.
Yeah. And because
It's
when
very
I
difficult for someone like me to go to the aquarium to see scuba claws because it's like old guys alone in a place with children. It like even though there's nothing going on, it's like you're instantly suspect, right?
Yeah, because I used to work at the aquarium
I
and
remember that. Yep.
I was a big part of putting on the scuba claws. So I think it's kind of morphed a little bit. So I'd love to go see it again. And we haven't been back to the aquarium in over a year. So I'd love to go back. And, Stanley Park is kind of just so festive at this time of year anyways. So I think maybe next week when school's out, which will be crazy busy, but we'll go and get to see scuba claws because I think that would be a lot of fun.
All right.
Yeah. What about you? What kind of traditions do you have? You've got your Candy Cane Lane going on.
Yeah, Candy Cane Lane is ongoing.
Hmm.
And that's where we put up a bunch of lit inflatables in the fire lane behind my place, where all the kids in the neighborhood, there's like 2,500 people now live up here, and it's
Wow.
all within walking distance for them to come. It's like the Halloween thing that we do.
Yeah.
This year there are fewer inflatables simply because the rain destroyed several of them.
Oh
It
man.
was raining so hard they just drowned out, right?
Hmm.
But it's still surviving. And
Hmm.
then, we have our writing, our Santa letters campaign where the
Yes.
kids in the neighborhood write letters to Santa, put it in a special mailbox that is in that is in Candy Cane Lane,
Hmm.
and then some volunteer adults will write back to them, and on letterhead that says from the desk of Santa Claus, North Pole, Canada, blah blah. And then we seal the envelope with an S, a wax S, and then we deliver them either in the middle of the afternoon when kids are in school, or late at night or early morning when the kids are busy with other things. So
I love that.
yeah.
Kids will remember that when they're
Well,
older.
yesterday we did some, and it was, we are such a victim of our own success because we've done easily so far. Well, I printed off like 120 pages of letterhead,
Yeah.
and we're going to have to do more.
Wow.
So
That's
and sometimes we get like little kids, and
yeah.
sometimes we get older kids. Like we had this one letter from a girl. She said she was 14.
Mm-hmm.
She's moved out here from another province this year,
Mm-hmm.
and she's feeling down.
Aw.
Right. So we try to, when we see things like this, we try to, look, we're sorry you've had a bad year. Like really try to make sure she feels like writing to Santa
Aw.
can be a thing,
Yeah.
even at 14. So
Oh, I love that.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Like,
last year, I don't know if we spoke about this on the program last year, but we had CBC television and CBC radio come and do a story on the Santa letter
yes.
program.
Yeah.
And while we were recording that, we went to empty. They went to empty the mailbox,
Mm-hmm.
and there was one there, and opened it up, and it was a horrible letter from a young person who had lost their mother.
Aw.
And so it was like, and you read through this, and it's like, I'm not sure how we responded to that, because
Wow.
it was how do you talk to a kid about that by a letter, right?
But it's the power of Santa, right? And
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
you know,
nobody is a bigger believer in Santa than me, except for
hmm
certain children. But I love that this community comes together and does this for the kids and some adults.
hmm
We entered one letter yesterday from an adult,
Yeah.
but it was really somebody who we know.
Yeah.
So there was a bit of banter that went
Aw,
into the letter. So,
that's
but
lovely.
but
And
we'll take letters from everybody,
it's wonderful.
because Santa is universal.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's great. And it's such a wonderful community initiative that you
Yeah,
guys have done there. And I
yeah.
just love it. And I think that's like the real spirit of Christmas, right?
Oh, it's great. I mean, to live in a community that does this sort of thing at Easter, that does something at Halloween, like because at Easter we do the Easter egg hunt thing,
Yeah.
and then at Halloween we do the big Fear Lane thing, that where kids come and we are the location for trick or treat, and then
Yeah.
at Christmas we do this.
Yeah.
Um, but it's a great community-led initiative.
hmm
And this year, one of the reasons we've had more letters is because a big new development has opened up this year.
Yeah.
So, and there are a lot of young families in there. So this is why we think that there's this huge increase over last year. So,
Wonderful. Well, you'll have to get more elves to help.
it's funny you bring up the elves, because last year, when I helped out Santa at a kids' party,
hmm
one of the kids asked me, they said, "How many elves do you have?" And I had to think for it for a minute, like actually literally sweating behind my beard, because I thought, how many elves do I have? And then I thought, okay, I'm going to have to wing this, because nothing in my Santa preparation prepared me for that. So I thought, okay, well, how many elves do I have? You know what? You're going to have to ask payroll.
That's a
And the
good
parents all
response.
just killed themselves laughing. Right? And the kid just nodded, okay.
Okay. He got an answer, right?
Yeah,
Instead
and
of you
it
saying, I
sort of
don't
fit
know.
with the modern Santa, right?
Yeah.
But it was like, duck that one.
That's
Which
hilarious.
reindeer, which reindeer do you love the most? I love them all
Well,
equally.
just like any parent, what
Exactly.
child do you love the most, right?
So, I mean, like we have a lot of fun with this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so once I think probably around the 27th, 28th, we'll probably take things down, maybe after New Year's. I
Hmm.
mean, we're also very fortunate that you know, our version of strata corporations give us permission to set up on their
Hmm.
property, right?
Yeah, because that can be challenging
Yeah,
in a lot of places. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, this neighborhood is one of those places where real estate agents love it because we make it very easy for them to sell things to
yeah.
family, sell
Hmm.
property to family, because they say, like at Christmas, they do this, at Easter, they do this, that there's all these community events,
Hmm.
So, I'm quite fortunate to live here.
Hmm.
Brother older who lives across the street, he says the same thing.
That's great.
Mhm. So, trying to get brother younger to move in, but don't know about that yet.
Okay. You can still work on
Yeah. Well, I've
that.
got a lot of time on him
Yeah.
because he is the younger.
Awesome.
So, what are your plans for Christmas Day?
Well, we are hosting this year, and
That's a lot of people, man.
it's going to be 22 people. So, trying to figure out where we're going to seat everybody. But
Even in a big house,
in a big,
that's
yeah,
quite a, you know.
yeah. So we'll get it sorted. I think it'll be okay. We usually have the kids, the younger people sit at a different table anyways. They don't want to really sit with the adults and us
Oh,
talking
that's too
about
bad.
whatever.
I loved sitting with the adults. We didn't really do a Christmas table or a Christmas kids table simply because we were expected to be able to carry on a conversation with adults. So
Hmm.
that was the training ground. So
Yeah. Uh, Granted, when there was less that we all sat together, but yeah, I think yeah, my uncle will be here this year, and my cousin Jackie, who's from Calgary, so that's nice. And yeah, just with all my family, it works out to being 22 people. So it'll be a busy day for sure. But
so what
it'll,
land of the giants are you getting a turkey from?
well, usually Costco, but I don't even think I can get a turkey that big. So we'll have to think of a second meal of some sort. So either a ham or maybe a lasagna. I know lasagna is always popular. So, but we'll see. I mean, there's always so much food. I don't think anyone's going to go hungry. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And last year, my brother, he did some kind of I don't know what to call them. I guess party style games. I remember growing up, we used to play Risk, and that game just takes forever, right, to play. But he came up with some pretty good fun games last year, so he said he's going to do that this year. He'll bring a table even because I think we got to use all our tables for dinner. So that should be
If you
fun.
need an extra table, I have a 6 foot 6 foot collapsible one.
Yeah, we've got a couple of those, and then I think he'll bring one. So I think we'll be good. And Nona probably has one too somewhere. So yeah,
I have 4 extra folding chairs too for if you want those.
okay. I think we might be okay. I know we have a lot of chairs, so I think we're good. But thank you.
Okay. So are you doing anything with your rockin' moms?
We actually always do a Christmas Zoom when we did it last night, actually. Not everyone was able to join. Nat was delayed on her flight, and another mom, her spouse was away, and she was solo parenting, so it was just too challenging. But we had a good group. I think there was about 10 of us, and we do a Christmas gift exchange. And
That must be challenging.
well, we do it through, it's called Elfster. So you go and you create your own little wish list and you get designated somebody. So they have their list, you go and it's, the beauty of Amazon, right? It makes it easy. Uh,
Elfster.
Elfster. Yeah,
You going to put a link to that?
you can, sure. Elfster.com. And so that worked out really well. And oh my gosh, it was so funny because Liz got I'm laughing just thinking about it. She got this sort of face gel mask, but it's like a full mask that you put on your face. So she put it on, and like I go, Liz, like I can't take you seriously when you're talking with you wearing the mask. It was so funny. And then so everyone was, we have a picture which I'll post with when I'll post with our links of us, like of everyone who got something to wear. Like Jackie got slippers, and Liz got her facial mask, and Amy got a funny oven mitt that said something about, I can't even remember what it said, but it was quite funny. So we have a screenshot of all that. So it was a lot of fun. It was like just under 2 hours, and we all generally have a drink or two and just share some stories, and, just opening our gifts and chatting, and, and I just adore these ladies. They mean so much to me. And, even though we live all over the place, we chat pretty much every day on our group chat. And, it just reminds me how important it is that you need to find your tribe on this journey, right? And I have some local moms too but it's, sometimes that's been a little bit challenging because we don't see each other very often. But, it's just really important that you find your people. When you're raising a kid with extra needs, an extra chromosome or not, or something else, is just finding those people who get you and you understand your hard days, and, who cheer you on, because you need that on this journey. Because like just when I had that down day, and I told Christine and Sandra how much I appreciated them for coming and how much it meant to me, because even though I love Christmas, I really love Christmas and all the joy and the craziness of it, there are times that it is hard, not just for me, but for others too, right?
Do you think that there's a quiet side that you have to go to for a period of time to appreciate the rest of it?
Yeah, and that's kind of a nice way of putting it. Yes. Yeah. And Ainsley's 13 now. So
I can't believe that.
I know, right? And so I've been on this journey for a little while. And, like, you don't know what the future holds, and you don't know what it's going to be like. And, I think for the most part, I've accepted that it's just different, but different is okay. But it's also okay to feel sad and to have that bit of grief over what you would like it to be.
Do you see it as grief, or you just see it as maybe changing expectations?
I think it's a bit of both, because you don't want to dwell in the grief, because it's especially in the early years, it's very easy to get caught up in that. And I think you just have to sort of acknowledge it and then, park it and enjoy whatever it is that you're doing. Like, I love all the Christmas music. I have it on all the time. And I love doing all the baking, and I love doing decorating the Christmas tree and getting all the lights up and
being actively involved.
Yeah. And Ainsley's kind of just, she's more of a bystander, and she participates in her own way. Like, it's not ever a huge way, but this year she actually put up some ornaments. I think last year she only did 2. She did more this year. And, she did the cookie decorating more than last year, and maybe next year, again, it'll be a little bit more. And
so what does Christmas morning actually look like for you?
Well, I get up early, and I always make this really yummy strata. I don't know what else to call it. And it's full of cheese and prosciutto and eggs and bread, and it's just
okay.
Really
Add me
good.
Prosciutto.
Yeah, right. And and I get that in the oven, and everyone eventually gets up, and we do our stockings, and it's just kind of a really chill, relaxed morning. And then I always have to find a YouTube video on how to tie a turkey, because I can never remember how to do it. And then,
You know
find the
you know what I
string.
do with that is I stuff my turkey with lemons, like
That's what
cut
I do.
lemons,
Yeah.
and then I just tie the two legs together and leave the wings open because it
Okay.
cooks in record time.
Yeah, like we always cook it downstairs in Dennis's son's apartment, Michael. And at Thanksgiving, the turkey cooked in 3 hours. I go, "Are
Yeah.
you sure?" I don't think so. And he goes, "The internal temperature says it's correct."
The first time I did it, it was like, oh my God, it's like 2 hours early.
Yeah, and it was because it was on convection. I go, "Oh, I hadn't
Yeah.
even thought of that." And so, and it was perfect. It was fine.
Yeah.
So,
The lemons make all the difference.
oh yeah, and it
Like,
tastes
like,
so
like you
good.
can't have dry meat.
Yeah. Without with I stuff it with lemons and herbs and I always have to YouTube it how to, I don't know, how do you place the turkey? I can never remember how to do it. So,
The other thing I do is I don't put water in the bottom. I put either turkey or chicken broth.
oh, okay.
So then
So,
when I baste it, I'm basting it with broth or stock.
okay. That's a good idea. So,
Now you're getting all my secrets.
yes.
But we're not doing turkey this year. So,
And so what are you doing then?
well, because there's just the three of us, like
Mm-hmm.
brother older, brother younger,
Mm-hmm.
we're doing steak.
You know what?
It's
You
easy. Like it's like cooking time is 6 minutes.
There you go, right?
And
And
brother older will bring, he specializes in one of my mom's old recipes of potatoes Romanoff.
awesome.
And so he's bringing that. And so I'll just steam some veggies. It's a very, very simple Christmas for us this year.
But you know what? You do you. If that's steak as
Yeah.
opposed
I
to
mean, next
turkey,
year, like my
yeah,
nephew and his lovely girlfriend will probably join us. So then it'll be turkey.
great.
Right? But for just the three of us, I ran it up the flagpole because it seems like an awful lot of work for three guys,
Yeah.
like for only three guys to do turkey.
Yeah. Well, steak works, right? And
Well,
everyone loves
well, and
steak.
and let's face it, these days at the price of steak, it's more expensive than turkey. So, why not have a real treat?
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to get it I'm actually going to get it from the British butcher up on Queensbury,
Oh, nice.
rather than go to like Safeway. So,
Yeah.
because you want the good decent
Nice
sized steak.
thick steak. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So,
that'll be awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. And
So, and what do you do for like gifts for Ainsley? Because she
she,
must be very hard to buy for.
yeah, she is because she can't really tell me what she wants. But for the last number of years, I've been doing the four gifts: something you want, something you need, something to wear, and something to read. And I find that works perfectly. So,
Mhm.
it makes it relatively easy. I don't always know what she wants. I kind of have to guess. And actually, one of my rockin' moms in our Zoom last night, she got a personal mini karaoke machine. So, and I've noticed that Ainsley has been starting to sing the songs that she's listening on YouTube. So, what did I do? Went on Amazon during the chat when we're on Zoom and ordered a mini karaoke for Ainsley. I hope she likes it, and that she can, because then she can read it. It will help with the reading.
Yep.
Because I've heard that a lot from parents and we do the closed caption on our TV, is they said it really helps with reading to put the closed captions on. So,
As an old guy, those closed captions help me actually, because audio these days on TV programming is so bad. There's like I have to turn the closed captions on to actually
I know.
read/hear what the people are saying.
Oh, same. We do this. One of
And
the other reasons we
apparently
do it.
millennials and Gen X's have been doing this for a long time.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So that, and yeah, so that keeps it relatively easy. And, she's grown a lot, I think, over the last year. And I used to get a ton of clothes like through my sister-in-law and my friend Christine. And that has sort of slowed down. So I've now had to start buying Ainsley clothes. So she's getting a fair number of clothes this year for Christmas. And then Christmas Eve, which is my favorite night of the whole year. Like, we go to church, and then, as I said, we go to my friend Marcy's, and just there's always so much food and drinks. And then I always have a little Christmas Eve box for Ainsley. So she gets a new pair of pajamas, which I still have to get, an ornament. And this year, my roomie, Christine, she painted a nice little ornament for Ainsley. So she's getting that and a Christmas book and some chocolate. So just a nice, slow way to start Christmas. And it's just a box. She doesn't even have to unwrap anything, just have to open the box. So it's pretty easy.
What are you going to get for, maybe this is giving away too much, but what are you getting for Dennis? Like, what sort of a book would you buy for Dennis?
No books. He like Ainsley is also very hard to buy for because he doesn't want anything. And
It kind of makes him what the special guy he is. He's so self-reliant and so self-contained, right? So
right. Yeah, because he would be content with nothing. But I get him some chocolates and I got him a little jacket. He doesn't listen, so he's okay with us sharing. Like I'm okay because I know he's not gonna listen. And let's see what else did I get him. Oh yeah, and then I got a pair of socks from like we went to this variety event and they gave out little gift bags and stuff, and then there was a pair of socks. And I'm jokingly going to give Dennis a pair of socks. He doesn't need another pair of socks.
You haven't been to McDonald's to get the Grinch socks?
I need to get those. Did you get some Grinch socks?
So you have to get one of their Grinch meals.
Oh, to get the socks, you can't just buy the
so
socks.
this was I got a Big Mac and I got some tater tots, like they're who hash
Oh yeah, I saw
tater
those.
tots
Yeah,
and a drink and the socks.
awesome. Okay, I can
So,
do that today.
so
Okay,
but I mean they're cute.
awesome. Okay, yeah, because I love having cute socks. So
And I mean you won't hear me say much about McDonald's, but this was literally kind of cute.
okay, I'll have to definitely do that. So yeah, and after we're done here, I'm gonna be
So,
doing some Christmas shopping.
yeah, I was about to say I'm kind of guessing you haven't done your shopping yet, like gotten anywhere near your Christmas limit shopping yet.
I'm almost done. We had a craft fair at work, and so I got a bunch of stuff there because we've kind of pared down at Christmas with my family. We pull a name for the adults, and then the kids, they just want to do a kids steal. Like we do a family steal, which is lots of fun. And then now the kids want to do a kids steal. So it's a little hard because you got to buy something for all of the kids that's gender neutral. So I managed to pull that off at my craft fair at work. And
Gift cards. That's my answer to everything. Gift cards.
actually, I hadn't thought of that. That's actually yeah, that is a good one. Yeah, because I got a hat and a friend is giving me a coffee mug, kind of the warmer thing that she knits. And then I have a Starbucks cup. And then I could maybe put in like, cause there's a limit of $25, I think is what it was. So
Yeah, but
I
even
could,
if it's like an Amazon card or a
yeah,
$25 Visa gift card or something
that's
like
true.
that, right?
Hadn't thought of that actually. But yeah, I could also get a little $5 Starbucks card to put in it. So, and they could all use that. I think they could all like that. So yeah,
Though I don't know what you could get at Starbucks for $5 these days.
that's true. You can't get, I get a tea there for my knit nights and it's 3 something. They could do that.
Yeah.
But that's probably about it. And maybe a cookie.
So anybody that hasn't done their Christmas shopping, are they in good company?
I would say yes, they are.
So what is your favorite part of Christmas?
I love the lead up to it. I know it's chaotic and stuff, but I love I love packing the Advent cookie boxes. Like it takes hours. Like it's 3 to 4 hours to do it.
I know,
I,
and I know you said that, you had help this year packing.
yes, I did. And I had like my nephew came, one nephew and my sister-in-law, they came and it's certainly sped things up. And last year, one of my nephews came as well. This year was my two nephews both helped. So yeah, so ended up going pretty quick. And and then I have a friend from work who wants to help next year. So that's great because, and Dennis is very particular how they're packed, which is why it's labeled Inspected by
I
Dennis.
love that little inspected by Dennis sticker. I feel badly about having to slice through it.
Yeah, I've had lots of people comment on that, so that's kind of cute. And, I really love Christmas Eve. It's my favorite night of the whole year. It just feels like it's one day of the year that the world is somewhat at peace and people are kind to each other. And
I remember driving home, and I used to work late on Christmas Eve.
mhm,
I remember driving home, like 3:30 in the morning.
mhm,
And what would happen is there would be nobody on the road.
yeah.
It was like if you ever want to know what the world's going to be like after the apocalypse, right? You're going to go out for a drive and there will be nobody around, but all the lights will be on.
Yeah.
And so that was so often my Christmas Eve was
Mhm,
because everybody seemed to have a place to be that night,
yeah.
which for me sort of said, why can't this be every day of the year?
I've thought the same thing. Why can't we all just get along
Well,
every day?
and everybody have a place, right? To
Mhm.
go for that one night or whatever. But it's like, anyway. So I think I hate to say this, but I'm done. I have to go modify some letters.
You got to go do your letters.
Yeah, it's delivery day today.
Okay, well, that's awesome. Maybe one day I'll get a letter in there from Ainsley.
Hey, you know where it is.
Okay, for sure. Well, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, Ron.
You too. And my best to Ainsley and Dennis and all your family coming over to visit. So
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry you're going to miss our party on Saturday.
yeah, me too. But I can't tell you how special my former sister-in-law is in inviting us to a Christmas dinner. So
No, I think that's lovely. And
yeah,
that's what Christmas should be, right?
yeah. And she's a lovely lady. So and man,
Wonderful.
can she cook?
Yeah, you can't miss that.
No, no. So please apologize to Dennis as well that I can't make it.
I will. Yeah. You two introverts could be in the corner chatting.
Yes, about things that matter.
Yes, there you go. Well, thanks so much for listening to the T21Mom podcast. And I hope everyone has a beautiful Christmas and a holiday season, whatever that looks like for you. And remember, I see you, I hear you, and I love you. Keep on loving on your rockin' kiddos, and I'll see you next time.
See you, Mary.
See you, Ron.